Could California be rewriting its destiny? Imagine a future where the Golden State stands alone as an independent nation, a bold, self-governing powerhouse that challenges the very fabric of the United States. Picture a state renowned for its groundbreaking technological innovations, dazzling Hollywood glamour, and the cutting-edge breakthroughs of Silicon Valley, now thrust into the spotlight for a completely different reason. A political movement aimed at achieving independence. For years, a quiet but determined wave of discontent has been building momentum among Californians who feel increasingly alienated by national policies. What began as a whisper has now evolved into a resounding question. Not if, but how soon could California secede from the United States? At the heart of this movement lies a deep-rooted dissatisfaction with federal policies that many believe no longer reflect the diverse needs and values of California's vibrant communities. With a population larger than many sovereign nations and an economy that eclipses that of numerous countries, California has transformed from a mere state into a beacon of global innovation and cultural dynamism. This transformation has been propelled by debates over immigration, environmental sustainability, civil rights, and economic self-determination. In sprawling metropolitan hubs like Los Angeles, San Francisco, and San Diego, where multiculturalism and progressive ideals are the norm, resistance to strict federal mandates has ignited passionate calls for change and self-governance. A brief historical perspective offers insight into how California became part of the United States, a narrative that adds layers of irony to today's secession debate. Originally inhabited by diverse indigenous peoples with rich cultural traditions, California later became a coveted territory under Spanish colonial rule. After Mexico won its independence from Spain in the early 19th century, California was integrated into the new Mexican nation. However, the tides of destiny shifted dramatically following the Mexican-American War, culminating in the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo in 1848, which ceded California to the United States. The subsequent gold rush of 1849 spurred a mass influx of settlers, rapidly transforming the region into an economic and cultural juggernaut and paving the way for its admission as the 31st state in 1850. This historic integration, once hailed as a unifying milestone, now stands in stark contrast to the modern call for independence, a call to reclaim a unique identity and chart a new course for the future. The divergence between California's progressive policies and the shifting priorities of the federal government has fueled the secessionist movement. Over the years, federal administrations have at times opted to roll back environmental protections, tighten immigration policies, and implement regulations that many Californians view as incompatible with the state's values. In response, California has consistently championed forward-thinking policies, such as embracing renewable energy, enforcing strict environmental standards, and safeguarding civil liberties. This proactive approach, particularly in the face of devastating wildfires, prolonged droughts, and increasing concerns about climate change, has reinforced the belief among many that California's best interests are served by forging its own path, one that aligns with its commitment to sustainability and innovation. Economic considerations further bolster the argument for an independent California. With a gross domestic product, GDP, nearing $4 trillion, the state's financial prowess rivals that of some of the world's most advanced economies. Silicon Valley stands as the beating heart of this economic engine, where tech giants like Apple, Google, and Tesla continue to drive a revolution in global communications, commerce, and technology. Alongside this technological dominance, California's agricultural sector feeds millions by producing a significant share of the nation's food supply, while the entertainment industry, anchored by Hollywood, shapes cultural narratives worldwide. Supporters of independence argue that these robust economic sectors not only provide a strong foundation for self-sufficiency, but also position an independent California to flourish on the global stage. Nonetheless, critics caution that breaking away from the federal system would necessitate a complete overhaul of the financial framework, as California currently relies on substantial federal funding for infrastructure, social services, and emergency relief. The challenge of establishing independent defense, negotiating new trade agreements, and creating a sovereign economic policy would be monumental, demanding careful planning and significant resources. Legal and constitutional hurdles add another layer of complexity to the Calexit debate. The United States Constitution does not offer a clear mechanism for a state to secede from the Union, leaving any such effort vulnerable to protracted legal battles. Should California attempt to secede, it would likely face fierce opposition not only from Congress, but also from the judiciary, potentially escalating to confrontations at the Supreme Court. Moreover, the prospect of federal intervention looms large. Washington might view any move toward independence as an existential threat to national unity, and could resort to decisive measures to prevent such a breakup. This legal quagmire is further complicated by the internal political landscape of California itself. While the coastal urban centers, steeped in progressive ideologies, largely embrace the idea of independence, many rural and inland areas, particularly in Northern California, remain more conservative and skeptical about severing ties with the federal government. Reconciling these internal divisions would be essential for mounting a united front in the pursuit of secession. If California were to succeed in its bid for independence, the implications would ripple far beyond its borders. As one of the world's largest economies, a sovereign California would assume a pivotal role in global trade, technology, and finance. The emergence of an independent California could trigger a reconfiguration of international alliances, with the new nation poised to establish direct diplomatic and trade relationships with major global players such as China, Japan, and the European Union. Such a shift could fundamentally alter the balance of power on the world stage, challenging existing geopolitical structures and prompting other regions within the United States, like Texas, which has previously flirted with secessionist ideas, to reconsider their own positions. The very act of redefining national boundaries could spark a domino effect, inspiring broader discussions about regional autonomy and the future structure of American governance. Beyond the political and economic ramifications, the movement for California's independence represents a profound cultural and ideological statement. It is a call to reimagine governance in a way that is uniquely tailored to the state's identity, one that values innovation, environmental stewardship, and social progress over the constraints of a one-size-fits-all federal system. For many, the quest for Calexit is not merely about breaking away from an increasingly out-of-touch national agenda. It is about reclaiming a sense of agency and self-determination that resonates with the pioneering spirit embedded in California's history. This spirit has long been a hallmark of the state, from the intrepid prospectors of the gold rush to the visionary entrepreneurs of Silicon Valley, and it continues to inspire those who believe that California's future should be defined on its own terms. Yet the journey toward independence is fraught with uncertainties. The ambitious vision of Calexit must contend with a myriad of challenges, ranging from the restructuring of public finances and national defense, to the negotiation of international treaties and the harmonization of diverse political ideologies within the state. Each of these challenges requires not only strategic foresight, but also an unwavering commitment to the principles of self-governance and innovation that have long defined California. As debates intensify and supporters push for a referendum on the 2028 election ballot, the state stands at a crossroads. The decision before Californians is monumental: to continue as part of a nation that many feel no longer represents their aspirations, or to embark on an uncertain journey toward independence, a journey that promises both unprecedented opportunities and formidable obstacles. The unfolding drama of Calexit is a testament to the enduring power of local identity and the unyielding desire for self-determination. It is a narrative that challenges conventional notions of statehood and national unity, inviting us to ponder what it means to belong and to govern in an era of rapid change and global interconnectedness. As the movement gains traction, it forces us to confront difficult questions about the nature of power, the limits of federal authority, and the potential for transformative change in a world where traditional boundaries are continually being redrawn. So, what do you think? Is California destined to become its own nation, forging a future defined by innovation, environmental stewardship, and cultural dynamism? Or is the idea of Calexit too radical to ever be fully realized, given the legal, economic, and political complexities involved? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe for more in-depth analysis, and join us as we continue to explore this transformative chapter in American history. The future is being written right now, and you won't want to miss a single moment of this unfolding drama.